A very good morning to all of you, my dear friends. This is Shafiq Ahmed, and you're all welcome to your favorite YouTube channel. Let's learn together.
Okay, my dear, then we are just moving towards the next defect of Weimar Republic. Let us see. So we have discussed a lot about proportional representation, and the next defect was that freely use of Article 48. So there was an article in the Constitution named by Article 48. एक Constitution में मतलब एक article था 48, which was powering the president to impose emergency and even suspend civil rights anytime. Means the president was having the power to impose emergency at any time in the country. Means he can ask everyone to remain at the home. No one will come out of the house. Even he can just close all the, you can say, newspapers, TV channels, news channels. He can suspend all those. He can suspend in the case of emergency, and he can also suspend all the civil rights. Civil rights such as right of freedom we are having, right to speech, right to express, or whatever the rights we as a normal human being are having in our country. He can suspend all those civil rights anytime by using this Article 48. And those representators who were elected at that time, they were using this Article 48 many times. As they like to use, they were just using it. So that was one of the defect in Weimar Republic, that there was an Article 48 which was giving power the president to impose emergency and suspend civil rights anytime. And the third, that is the most important, my dear students, that is rule by decree. Now ये decree क्या होता है? It is a type of order, you can say. It is a type of order which cannot be challenged by anyone. जो जिस पर कोई चैलेंज नहीं कर सकता. You cannot raise questions on that particular official order from the government. You can say it can be a law also, it can be an act also, it can be an article also, decree. So एक ऐसा law या order या एक act होता है जिस पर आप उंगली नहीं उठा सकते. You can't raise any finger on that particular order of the government, and it is primarily used by dictators, monarchs and military leaders. ज्यादातर ऐसे जो यूज करते हैं डिक्री का, वो कौन करते हैं? डिक्टेटर्स, मोनार्क. क्योंकि because dictators don't want that their orders can be challenged, should be challenged by a single person or any person or a group of person. So rule by decree was also there in that particular constitution. That no one can challenge any rule, any law, any act or any particular article. No one can protest. कोई कुछ बोल ही नहीं सकता, आपको मानना पड़ेगा. Suppose the teacher has come into your class, and if he's asking, please everyone out of the class, get out of the class, then you will have to abide by it. So that is the type of a rule. But we teachers do not do like that with our students. We love our students. Another defect in Weimar Republic was 20 different government in short time. You can see on an average of 239 days there was a new government. यानी हर 239 days के बाद गवर्नमेंट चेंज हो रहा था, because they were not able to control, they were not able to rule the country. 20 different governments you can see. 20 अलग-अलग गवर्नमेंट आ चुके थे on the gap of 239 days. That was an average, है ना? That is not exactly. So on an average of 239 days, there were 20 new different type of government in very short time. Means within a year, एक साल से पहले ही government change हो जा रहा था. Means the government was not able to handle or control the country for single year also. So the government was changing. So लोगों को ये problems आ रहे थे. People lost confidence in democracy because in our previous class we have seen that they have established democratic constitution. So people were losing their confidence in democracy as they were seeing all these things, that people that the government is using Article 48 freely, and the government is using this rule by decree also, and even the government cannot stand for more than 239 days also. So people were losing confidence in democracy. लोगों को democracy के ऊपर से विश्वास खत्म हो रहा था. तो अब बचता कौन है? If you do not select your government as a democratic government, then you have few more options only. Either you can go for the dictatorship, or you can go for the monarchical form of government. So people were not having any other choice at that particular time. We seem to offer no solution except Adolf Hitler. So people were just having one option, that was Adolf Hitler, because Adolf Hitler at that time, at particular that time, he was campaigning among the people, and he was telling the people that I am the one whom you are all looking for. I am the Messiah. I am the Messiah who can resolve all your issues. I am the one who can bring the country to its height, to its top. So people were not having any other choices other than this Adolf Hitler. Let us see what happens next. At a proportional representation, we have discussed that. So let us move ahead. Now, the peace treaty at Versailles, that is very important from the examination point of view also, my dear students. The peace treaty at Versailles, मीन्स treaty का मतलब क्या होता है? एक समझौता. Peace का मतलब क्या होता है? अमन, शांति के लिए एक समझौता किया जाता है. That was the treaty which was signed at a place known as Versailles to end First World War. पहले First World War को खत्म करने के लिए एक treaty sign किया गया था between the two ग्रेट पावर्स, द सेंट्रल पावर्स एंड द एलीट पावर्स. ये दोनों के बीच में एक समझौता साइन किया गया, उसके बाद ही ये फर्स्ट वर्ल्ड वॉर खत्म होता है. एंड व्हाट वाज देयर इन द ट्रीटी? लेट अस सी. ये समझौता यानी ये अग्रीमेंट में क्या पॉसिबिलिटीज था, क्या क्या लिखा गया था. लेट अस सी. On 20th June 1919, a peace treaty was proposed between Germany and the Allies at a place called Versailles. जर्मनी यानी कि सेंट्रल पावर, एलिज यानी कि नेक्स्ट पावर जो है उसके अगेंस्ट में जो है, इन दोनों के बीच में एक प्रपोजल रखा जाता है. दैट इज अ प्रपोजल, दैट वाज नॉट रियली द फाइनल साइनिंग ऑफ द अग्रीमेंट, इट इज जस्ट अ प्रपोजल. ये प्रपोजल है. एंड व्हाट वाज द प्रपोजल? एंड इट वाज गिवन ऑन 28 जून 1919. एलिज ने जर्मनी को एक प्रपोजल दिया कि अगर वॉर को खत्म करना है, फर्स्ट वर्ल्ड वॉर को, तो आपको ये सब मानना पड़ेगा. और वो सारे कंडीशंस क्या है, लेट अस सी. Number one condition, number one, Germany lost its overseas colonies. Means Germany, whatever he had captured in the war, in the First World War, he will have to, means that Germany will have to leave or release all those colonies which he has captured, which Germany has captured during First World War. जर्मनी को वो सारे ओवरसीज कॉलोनीज को छोड़ना पड़ेगा जो उसने कैप्चर किया फर्स्ट वर्ल्ड वॉर में. That was the first condition. Next, lost 1/10 of its population. Or because Germany has captured those overseas colonies, and if Germany will leave all those or release those colonies, then the population of Germany will also become less. So in that condition, Germany has lost 1/10 of its population also. Suppose there was a population of 1 lakh, then 10,000 people will have to leave Germany. That was the next condition in the peace treaty. Next condition, what was the lost 13% of its territories. और जो उनके territories भी थे, Germany, the original territories, means original, the area of the Germany or the part of the Germany which was original of Germany only, they will have to give up their 13% of their territories also according to this particular treaty. Because all the blame of the First World War was given to Germany, because Germany, they all just blame Germany because Germany was at that particular was very powerful at that time. And as we know that Germany, or you can say the central power, has lost First World War. So ये सारा जो blame जो वो Germany को पर डाल दिया गया और Germany को कहा गया that you will have to compensate. You will have to compensate of all the losses of the elite powers. Elite powers को जितना भी नुकसान हुआ वो कौन भरेगा? जर्मनी को भरना पड़ेगा. So Germany will have to give up its 13% of its territories also. अपना भी इलाका उनको देना पड़ेगा 13%. And the most important, my dear student, ये बहुत बड़ा नुकसान है जर्मनी को. The next one, that 75% of its iron mines जितने भी जर्मनी के हैं उसके 75% देना पड़ेगा. He will have to give up 75% of iron mines to the elite powers. and 26% of his coal mines were given to France, Poland, Denmark and Lithuania. ये और 26% कोल माइंस को बांट दिया गया इन चारों के बीच में, फ्रांस, पोलैंड, डेनमार्क और लिथुआनिया के बीच में, because they have lost and they will have to be compensated by Germany. तो Germany has lost 75% of its iron mines, 26% coal mines, ये सारा नुकसान हो रहा है. ये proposal है अभी, देखो accept होता है कि नहीं. The Allied powers demilitarized Germany to weaken its power. अब Allied powers ने और एक उन पर क्या लगा दिया, you can say एक रोक लगा दिया, that Germany cannot have more than 1 lakh soldiers. 1 लाख सोल्जर से ज्यादा जर्मनी नहीं रख सकता है. So that they wanted to weaken the military power of Germany, so that Germany should not attack again on them. That's why they were fear of, and that's why they have given this condition also कि जर्मनी के पास 1 लाख से सोल्जर से ज्यादा नहीं रख सकता जर्मनी. That was another condition. And that is also one of the most important, resource rich line. So this was a place known as Rhine line. और ये Rhine line जो जगह है वो वहाँ ऐसा जगह है जहाँ से बहुत सारे resources यानी कि gold, silver, diamond है ना, even irons और बहुत सारे पेट्रोल, डीजल, ये सारे चीज यहाँ से मिलते हैं राइन लाइन से. So resource rich line was also occupied by the Allied armies in the 1920s. और Allied armies ने 1920 में पहले कब्जा कर लिया ही है, राइन लाइन पर कब्जा कर लिया था, तो जर्मनी को वो भी छोड़ना पड़ेगा. That was also one of the condition. And you can see the condition of Germany over here. They were also forced to pay compensation. They were also faced to pay compensation of 6 billion euros. 6 बिलियन यूरोस का उनको कंपेंसेशन भी देना था, इतना पैसा देना था. अब आपको बता दें 1 यूरो इज इक्वल टू आज के डेट में 84.78. आई वाज जस्ट गूगलिंग इट आउट, गूगल से मैंने निकाला है थोड़े ही दिन पहले. दैट मे बी नॉट बी एग्जैक्टली आल्सो, बट प्रीवियस ईयर when I was teaching in class 9, the value was 77 rupees 0.77 paisa. 77 rupees, that was the value of euro, 1 euro. Now this year, when I have Google right now before the class, the value has changed to 84. Means एक साल में आप देख सकते हैं 7 रुपीज का इंक्रीमेंट है. 7 रुपया जो है हमारा इंडियन पैसा जो वो घट गया है और ये यूरो का दाम बढ़ चुका है एक साल के अंदर. Last year when I was teaching, I got that 77 rupees value. 1 euro equal to 77. Now 1 euro equal to 84. Now this value also changed. यानी 6 बिलियन यूरो जो है कंपेंसेशन के तौर पर जर्मनी को देना था, ये आप देख सकते हैं लगभग 50,000 करोड़ रुपया है. As Germany was held responsible for the war and damages that the Allied countries suffered. तो ये पूरा कंडीशन है. That is the condition peace treaty at Versailles, and Germany will have to accept this. Otherwise, Germany will be finished off by the Allied powers. Because First World War में जैसे USA एंटर करता है 1917 में, है ना, तो उसके बाद जो है वो Allied powers they have won the war. So if Germany will not listen to this or will not accept this particular treaty or agreement, then they will attack, all the countries will attack Germany and they will finish it off. So Germany at anyhow will have to accept, and they have accepted this particular peace treaty of Versailles in the same year, that is in the year November में, ठीक जून में ये proposal रखा गया. So Germany also they all discussed and they accepted this proposal in the same year, that is in November. That's why those people who remembered or who agreed this proposal, they are also known as November criminals for Germany. Because the people of Germany as well as the soldiers of Germany, what they were thinking that Germany could win the war. Germany जंग को जीत सकता है, ये ख्याल था जर्मनी के लोगों का भी और जर्मनी के soldiers का भी. So they were against these people. That's why they were calling these people November criminals, those who accepted this treaty, those who accepted these proposals. And who were they? Socialists, Catholics, Democrats, ये लोग जो उन्होंने ये accept कर लिया था. That's why these people, Catholics, Democrats, they were all target of the people of Germany, and they were calling them mockingly November criminals, they were calling them. So that is all in this class, my dear students. We will continue in our next class tomorrow once again. And if you have any question, then please post the comment in the YouTube channel also, that I will answer there also. That's all. Thank you, my dear students. Bye-bye. Take care.
Hope that you have liked the video, and we will meet again in our next video release of the tutorial. And if you are new to this channel, please subscribe the channel and press the bell icon to to get the information of the next release of the tutorial. Please share it with your friends and others also. Thank you for the time being. Take care. Stay at home. Bye bye. Take care.